Hey, nothing to see here.
Yo, what's cracking? This is Little Lore, the gamer fool. Watch this video, and if you like it, then maybe consider subscribing. BONELAB is the sequel to one of the best VR games to release, the Half-Life of VR, if you will. BONELAB was supposed to be the Half-Life 2 for VR. So, did it live up to the high expectations the first game set? Well, let's dive into my opinions on the game. BONEWORKS, the janky physics VR game of 2019. They let you pretty much think and do as you please. If you ask yourself the question, can I do this? In BONEWORKS, you probably can. BONELAB has the same mindset. It's just as janky, the physics are pretty much the same, and you will get your arms stuck on everything, as you did in BONEWORKS. And the combat is pretty much the same. It don't feel as if a ton was improved from the first game, to me. With not as fun of a campaign, to me, this does not mean the game is trash. The game is good and can be great with mods, but with what is here is fun but not great. It may just be when BONEWORKS came out, it felt like an experience like no other. The physics in VR, being able to do parkour in VR. Not many VR games even let you jump. BONEWORKS let you jump, fall, run, experiment, and use the bullet time mechanic while doing all these things in combat. BONELAB lets us do all these things and a little more with the avatar system, but it doesn't innovate enough. We were introduced to an all-new experience with BONEWORKS, and now that we've had that experience for about 3 years now, and we finally get the sequel, we were all expecting something revolutionary to change the whole experience, like its predecessor did before. We thought we'd get the Half-Life 2 experience, to the world's Half-Life, in VR, the original BONEWORKS, not Half-Life Alyx. BONELAB's levels all feel disconnected from each other. In the original game, going from level to level felt like a cohesive experience. It was believable going from room to room and level to level. In BONELAB, on the other hand, maybe the first 4 levels feel connected?
Everything's possible for lava games.
Although the game kind of counts going to the hub as level 2, and of course you have to open up the real second level with the crane minigame. Once you get to the big anomaly level and the big guy tells you he needs a DM and not just a player, giving you the body log and tells you to go fill it with avatars. After that point is when you're collecting avatars, and the next few levels are essentially tutorials for these avatars and their different abilities. Some are really just minor changes, and some are really cool. None of these tutorial levels are connected. They're just standalone levels for each avatar, and most are really short and simple. The first of these levels is when you get the strong avatar. He's a cool addition, but once I got the heavy avatar, kinda made him feel redundant. Street Puncher is the level name, and you run the streets beating ass. Pretty fun to just experiment.
Officer down.
Fast. She runs a lot quicker and is more agile. This tutorial is Sprint Bridge. Pretty simple.
Okay, I've made you the heavy.
This is the avatar that pretty much took the special use of Strong away and made him feel redundant. Yeah, Strong can kinda manhandle dudes, but Heavy can literally fling them around and one-hand any weapon. In his tutorial Magma Gate, I was uppercutting and flinging skeletons everywhere. Short don't really have any special use that I'm aware of. He's just short, I guess. Moonbase is one of the controversial levels. It's a simple level and you can really beat it in like a minute. I did find this gun that let me spawn anything in the game, like a bunch of Fords, mule bodies, and crablets to mess around with, which was fun until I fell into a crater and couldn't get out and lost the gun. I feel as if they didn't put much resources into this level. None of these moon bases are accessible or interactable. You can climb on them, sure, and the low gravity is fun, but this is really only a level to experiment with, because you can skip all of this and go straight to the Pillar of Light to end the level. The light avatar is the anime girl. I guess her ability is being light, and yeah, she seems to get more height than my other avatars when I use her on the grav lifts. You receive her avatar in the Monogon Motorway level. This is really Mario Kart in VR. It's pretty fun, a bit tough to learn to drive though. I flipped over and couldn't figure out how to flip myself back over, or get out of the car. Though I eventually got it and flipped it back over. With some practice, I may just be speeding around corners as if I was playing Mario Kart, but as of right now, I'm terrible.
You are now tall.
Some people seem to have had a problem on the pillar climb level, but I had no issue getting through the level. I also think the tall avatar is my favorite avatar. Everything else is so tiny when you use him, just a different perspective on the world is in. Something I don't get to experience in the real world. Some people also seem to not be able to figure out the crane puzzle at the beginning of the game. I didn't have much trouble with it. I thought it was fairly simple and easy puzzle, but that was just my experience. As everyone has had different experiences and different perspectives, I could see it not being obvious. Stress Level 0 is selling this game on the Quest 2, so there are many people that didn't play the original BONEWORKS, so they didn't get the tutorials from the original game and play through the game itself. I could see many people not understanding this game at release, since BONELAB really has no tutorials like the original. I did encounter at least one bug that stands out during my time with the game. Or maybe this was my fault for using an avatar that was too large for what I was trying to do. This section may contain spoilers for the very end of the game, which is where this occurred. It's not spoiling anything major, but it does show how the campaign ends. Kind of. There's not much to be spoiled, but if you haven't played it and don't want to see what the final scene looks like, then you can skip to the time posted on screen.
This stainless steel signature edition blade will cut through anything.
So as you arrive at the final location after helping him push start his taxi, he tells you to get in the car.
Yo, help me out here. Push the cab. Woohoo! All right, good job. Hop on in. We gotta be somewhere.
But I decided to try to get in as the tall avatar, and after struggling for a bit, I finally made it inside. But the door would not close for so many attempts. Finally, I get it closed, and we head off.
Everything out here is about building, about creation. The more that we make stuff, the more our minds connect.
As we arrive at our destination, soon as the door pops open, my head gets stuck in the roof.
You're on your own from here on out, pal. I'm not allowed any closer. Hey, welcome home.
After struggling for a bit, I finally freed myself, but that is really it that I can remember for bugs and glitches. Overall, the core of the game is really good. The campaign is really short and doesn't try to attempt something completely new as the original did, which is why I do like the campaign of BONEWORKS more, but the campaign in BONELAB is pretty fun to mess around in. Experimenting with the avatar abilities is real fun, and obviously the physics are just as fun to experiment with as it was in BONEWORKS. The new shotgun was a treat to use, and I'm looking forward to the creative mods for the game. Well, this is the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, then give it a like, and maybe subscribe as I continue to work on new content. Thanks for watching.